Hey everybody, welcome back to CALLOUS Invitational 3 Round 2 Winners Bracket action. The second set of the night, and a very hype one here. Anytime Lanier plays, there is a lot of interest and a lot of eyes on the match. It is in fact Lanier's turn to play again. He's got himself against Posse G this time. Lanier waking up at 6 a.m. Aussie time to play this match. Way the fuck earlier than I'd be willing to wake up to play a game of Pokemon, but Lanier is a trooper, and he is going to get it done. So Lanier went through Dice in the first round pretty convincingly, looked really good doing so. Posse G went through Fear in the first round. I believe that both players won their sets 2-0, but I don't have that in front of me at this moment. This should be a good one. Posse G can definitely play and has the kind of play style that might be difficult for Lanier. So Lanier being the king of this tournament, just the king of ADV in general over the past 2 years, is a legit thing. He's put up the numbers to prove it, but Posse is a player that could be very dangerous to Lanier between his skill, his unpredictability, and the fact that he is not afraid to use some wonky stuff. See what ends up happening. This could be a very good set between two of the best players in this tournament. Lanier is going to be on the bottom. He's going to be against Posse G on the top. It's going to be a Mence and a Zapdos lead, respectively, both potentially threatening to each other. Lanier's going to switch. Posse is not. And it is just a straight HP Ice immediately. So good thing Mence got out of the way of that. Here comes Dugtrio. It's going to eat a Psychic on the way in, but it could potentially kill the Celebi here, especially if it's Adamant. Wow, not only is it not going to kill, but it's going to come up way short. So that's got to be a Jolly Dug and a pretty bulky Celebi in order to live that so comfortably. And he's just going to follow up with a second Psychic for the kill. Zapdos comes in. We already know for a fact has HP Ice, so Celebi gets out of the way of that. Swampert feels like he's safe here since we know HP Grass is not possible on Zapdos, though it could have Toxic or something. He takes the HP Ice 22%, Baton passes out, and Posse's got his own Celebi here that's going to be on the bad end of a Toxic. Swampert probably respects the possibility of a Grass attack here. Lanier does just go to a generic Special Wall in the Snorlax here, and BP brings us to a T-Tar that was previously unrevealed. Not a good matchup for Lax unless he's just going to get him with Earthquake or Focus Punch or something. Straight Rock Slide here. That is non-choice band damage from Posse, but nevertheless he does get the flinch and Lax does not get to do anything back. Swampert comes in, and that's going to be immediately hit with HP Grass. That was predicted very nicely by Posse G. Knew that switch was coming and went HP Grass into a team that has already shown Salamence, Celebi, and Lax. It would be terrible against any of those pokes. He made the prediction only with Pert in mind, and he was right, and he's going to get him for almost half his health at 48%. Lanier here with the incorrect prediction. He goes for Protect on a Calm Mind turn. That's going to lose him a little bit of tempo. See how he wants to react to this Celebi. He has to be very careful to not insta-die to a Grass attack here. Instead, it's BP. He's going to be passing that Intimidate along with him. Unlikely to matter on Zapdos, though we do know the Zapdos has Baton Pass as well, so he could pass it to something physical. Instead, he just goes HP Ice, which crits, but it's irrelevant. It's going to kill him anyway at +1 with that 4x weakness. And we've got ourselves a pretty quick 5-5 situation. Magneton comes in, and Zapdos simply passes it right back to the Celebi. Thunder Wave coming down. That's going to get some power on the Celebi, but he can again just Baton Pass out of this if he pleases. Metal Sound going to swing and a miss for Lanier. And HP Fire at +1, going to be a one-hit KO on Magneton. Posse now with the lead at 5-4. Moltres going to be the follow-up. That's the last poke for Lanier that was previously unrevealed. Overheat. Not Fire Blast, not Flamethrower, but Overheat. Despite Celebi being extremely healthy and at +1 special defense, that will get it in one shot, and we've got ourselves a 4-4. Moltres does hit that hard, especially when it's modest. T-Tar dances up here. We already know it as HP Grass. Swampert has to be very careful. There is Protect thinking it will be an HP Grass, and he's right. Posse not able to get the second DD off on that turn, but HP Grass still very much a threat here. Earthquake 40%. That was just in case something had switched, but it didn't. Surf comes down for Lanier. Swampert still in range to die to HP Grass, however. Protect and Hidden Power. So now Lanier has to decide, does he want to go for the 50-50 Protect? Likewise, does he want to switch and maybe get the Swampert in later and get it out of range? He does opt for that line of play. Celebi comes in, survives HP Grass. It will not survive an Earthquake here, but it forces Posse to not Dragon Dance on this turn, and it is an Earthquake taking out Celebi. Swampert comes in now, and it should be out of range after lefties from an HP Grass. 48 is what it did last time, but no, a Troll damage roll comes down. Previous ones had done less, but this one is going to get maybe a max roll and take him out, and that's real bad for Lanier. Had he survived that with any amount of HP and gotten a Surf off to kill the T-Tar, maybe this Lax or this Moltres could finish the job, but now that is not to be, especially after a Body Slam does not find the power he was desperately looking for, and it looks all but inevitable at this point that Posse G is going to take down Game 1 on the back of this DD Tar. Rock Slide there. Lanier stays in fishing for a miss. Can't blame him. There is a 10% chance that that does not happen, but the Rock Slide does connect, and Lanier is going to be out of luck. Posse G in a relatively one-sided, dominating fashion, which is very surprised to see Lanier on the back end of this kind of beating. But Posse G only losing 2 pokes and not even revealing 2 pokes is going to smack Lanier around pretty good in this one. And Lanier now in a position he is not normally in, where he got beaten pretty badly in the first game and has his back against the wall. Lanier is a champ for a reason, and he came back from 0-2 down against M-Dragon, and I believe he rattled off 3 in a row in a couple of sets, actually. So we know that he's very capable of doing it with his back against the wall. Nevertheless, very good showing for Posse and a little bit scary for Lanier. We'll see if he can rattle back in Game 2 coming up next. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this game.